and then back the other way. So moving slowly and intentionally. We're not looking to swing around on the spine at this point. We're very rarely looking to swing around on the spine, but you know what I mean. Super. So we're getting a bit of bend, a nice little bit of rotation, a little bit of lengthening. Bend the knees if you need to. Take your time if you get dizzy going down and up. And release. Lovely. Okay, so what I would like you to do is, you can keep the feet nice and wide where we are, is bring your shoulders right up with tension into as high a shrug as you can get. Don't twang anything, but a really up here kind of tense kind of shrug. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're slowly and smoothly going to lower them back to neutral over a count of 12. Okay, so you're going to move really slowly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep it smooth, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then push them down a little on neutral and release. Okay, let's go again. So tense little shrug, try not to twang anything in here, but get as much as you can get without twanging, and then slowly lower. Keep it really smooth. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then push them down for an extra one and release, and we'll go again. So nice tight shrug, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then push them down. Super. Okay, lovely. Grab your band strap, tail bandage, pair of tights, whatever it is you're going to use. Okay, so I will turn sideways for this one so I can show you the angles. So we're looking for, you might need to play with the length that you use, but we're looking to have a bit of tension in the band with the hands quite wide apart in a sort of a Y shape. Feet to hip distance, lift the tailbone so you're hinging over, so you've got bent knees and a lifted tailbone and a flat back here. And the arms overhead, obviously, you've got tension in that band, and you're going to bring the elbows back behind you and back up. Bring the elbows back behind you and back up. Now, if you have shoulder issues that mean that doing this with the band is difficult, don't use the band, mimic the motion and keep the arms in a comfortable position, because sometimes bringing the hands and the elbows back behind the body in this movement, if you've got rotator cuff issues, can be a bit much, in which case you can go without the band so that you can have the hands slightly further forward. Okay, 2 more. And obviously if you haven't got stretch in the band, then it will be a bit slack at the top and coming taut as you come down. And release. Lovely. So what you're looking for in that motion is a nice feeling of the shoulder blades coming together as the elbows come back. Okay, we will use this again, so keep it to hand, all right? Okay, so we're going to come down to do some stuff in seated. So if sitting on the floor is uncomfortable for you, you can do these next movements sitting in a chair. You can also do them in standing, or on a stool or a box or something, okay? So if that's going to be the case for you, if sitting on the floor is difficult, then set yourself up sitting on a nice hard stool or chair or box. Okay, if you are coming to the mat, then what we're going to do, we're going to hinge with the flat back over, lifting the tailbone to halfway, and then we're going to fold. Just hang out here for a second. And then we're going to walk the hands forward and just bring the knees down and come to sitting comfortably. So you can sit however is comfortable for you. I will sit with my legs crossed. You can have something under your bum if that's what you need. You can have the legs straight. You can kneel, as I say, you can sit in a chair. So we're going to go through a release movement. You're going to love this. When you nail this technique, it is amazing. This one is called flip top head. So as I mentioned in the intro, less is more, keep things really light. So what you're going to do, you're going to bring the hands to the back of the head. So they're very lightly on the back of the head. There's no pressing, but they're just ready to do their job. We're going to tuck the chin, so give yourself a nice big double chin, and we're going to drop the head forward. So right now I've got a feeling of stretch down the back of the neck. I'm not putting any weight into my hands because this isn't a stretch. The hands are there ready to do. The fingertips are just really lightly touching my head. And what I'm going to do is I am going to lift my head into my hands, slowly, slowly, and I'm just going to apply a tiny little bit of resistance with the fingers, and I'm going to just have the head win out against that tiny bit of resistance. This is a really gentle movement, and I'm coming back into the resistance of the fingers, but it's still a really light resistance, and the head is just winning against that resistance. I'm going to look up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to release. Lovely. Okay, and we're going to go again. So it's like the fingers are giving you a tiny, tiny, tiny little few grams of resistance, and the head is pushing into them just that little bit more than the fingers are pushing into the head, if that makes sense. It's all very subtle. So tuck the chin, long back of the neck, fingers on the back of the head, and then we're going to straighten the head up. So we've got that bit of resistance from the fingers. Moving slowly. And the head is just winning out. And then we're coming over. Still got that bit of resistance and the head is just winning. Going to where is comfortable for you. And release. And one more time. Tuck the chin, drop the chin, fingers on the back of the head. And first we straighten up. So we've got that few grams of resistance with the fingers. Keep that neck feeling long. Head just winning out over that tiny little bit of resistance from the fingers. And release. Lovely. Okay, next up, just move through. Face smush. So this is awesome. Okay, so again, just sitting however is comfortable for you. We're just going to open up range of motion through the neck. So it's fun to test your range of motion first of all. So just take a little look at how far you can look to each side before you begin to feel a little resistance in the neck. Okay, because resistance in the neck means there's stuff going on through the muscles that will involve the shoulders and various other things as well. Okay, so sitting nice and comfortably, you're going to bring one hand and you're going to put it against your cheek. And then you're going to do exactly as you just did, where you're going to put a few grams of resistance, maybe a little more than you were using for the neck going back, into the face. So the hand is pushing into the face, and the face is going to turn into the hand, and the face is just going to win. Okay, so the hand is still resisting, but the face is going round, face is just about pushing a bit harder. Go as far as you can go, and then gently release. Come back to the center, and we'll go again. Hand against the cheek, sitting upright, and the hand presses into the face presses into the hand. Just to turn the head, we're not looking to bend the neck or anything, we're just looking to turn the head on its axis. The face is winning. So we've got a bit of a feeling of pressure going into that cheek. Go as far as you can go to the end of your range, and then gently release. So keep that pressure with the hand until you've come sort of halfway back round, so you're not giving yourself a little mini whiplash. One more time, hand against the cheek. Push the face into the hand and the hand into the face just wins. Make sure it's the face turning on the neck, not the shoulders cheating you round. Go as far as you can go, probably a little bit further than when you started, and then gradually release. Super. Let's do the other side. So the hand is pressing into the face, smushing into the face as the face wins. Make sure it's the head turning on the neck, not the shoulders cheating you round. And release. Lengthen the back of the neck, just make sure you're resetting to good posture in between. And round we go. Make sure it's the head turning on the neck, not the spine cheating for you. Go to the end of your range, gently release, and we'll do one more. So pressing into the hand and the hand resisting. Make sure, again, I know I keep saying it, but make sure it's the head turning on the neck, because your body is a genius at trying to do the job the easier way. All the way to the end of your range. And then release. Just have a little move through. Let's just check in with that range again. Okay, that's improved. And that's improved. And this. Lovely. So resistance that you had there, restriction that you had there, you should feel quite a big difference if you nailed the technique, but the technique can be tricky to nail. So if you're not sure you got it first time, use the video below this video with the tips for practicing the 10% resistance technique. All right. Okay, cool. Lovely. So let's open up through the front of here. So this is a really cool one, this one. So we're going to come to kneeling. We're not here for long, so don't worry if you aren't into kneeling. And what we're going to do is we call this, I don't call it this, I didn't have a name for it, and then it's in one of the courses, and one of the course members asked me a question about it, and they said, can I ask you a question about the looking under the bed stretch? That's exactly what it looks like. Okay, so one arm is out and straight, the other arm is bent, and we are turning as if we are looking for something under the bed, and we are feeling a stretch through the front of this arm and the front of this shoulder. And we're just going to hang out with this stretch for a moment. So your bum's in the air. So this is very dignified. Use that bit of traction against the floor with this hand, the outstretched hand, if that helps, to sort of increase the feeling of stretch through the front of that shoulder. And just breathe here for a moment. Lovely. Super. Just going as deep as is comfortable. We're not looking to annoy any shoulder issues. We're just looking to put that arm at an angle and a distance where it feels like we're getting a nice opening through the front of the shoulder. And the shoulder can sort of sit down inside itself, if that makes sense. Super. Okay, release. And let's do the other side. So other arm reaches out, other arm bends, dropping that shoulder down towards the mat and turning the head away. And just feel that lengthening through the front of that shoulder. If you need to be here longer and it's not comfortable on your knees, you can put anything you need to under your knees, cushions, fold up your mat, whatever helps you. Play with the position of that outstretched hand. Get the stretch feeling like it's in the right place. And only go as deep as feels right to you. Completely normal to feel stretching down the upper arm, down into the elbow as well, quite probably if you've got tension through that line, which speaks to you about where your elbow issues come from most commonly. And release. Lovely job. Okay. Cool. So come to seated. And again, you can do these if sitting on the floor is uncomfortable for you. You can put something under your bum. You can sit in a hard stool or chair. You can do these in standing. Okay, so taking the arms up to shoulder height, a little bit of softness in the elbows. We're going to outstretch the fingers and the thumb, and we're going to rotate the palms upwards to point the thumbs down behind us. They probably won't point down behind you, but we're aiming to get to the end of the range like we're trying. Okay, soften the shoulders, drop the shoulder blades down, keep that rotation on. and see if you can bring the arms slightly behind you. So the shoulder blades here are sliding down and squeezing together, and these thumbs, with my palms up towards the ceiling, my thumbs are trying to point down to the floor behind me. They probably won't be able to go there, that's normal. We're just asking them to go to the end of their range. Keep the elbows a bit soft. So these arms are coming now slightly behind the torso, behind the body. Don't overarch the lower back here. This can feel quite intense. Just breathe through it. Good, nice slow long breaths. Super. Bring the hands back to neutral, bring them down, have a little roll out through the shoulders. I'm just going to do the same again, but we're going to do it dynamic, so it's a bit less intense because we're bringing a little bit of movement to it. Okay, so arms up at shoulder height, flip the palms over to face the ceiling, bit of softness in the elbow, and rotate inside the shoulder so the thumbs are trying to point down behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then rotate the arms up and over the other way. So now you're trying to get the thumbs from behind you to point up towards the ceiling. And rotate, so move slowly, especially if you have a bit of shoulder restriction. But just think of rotating the upper arm bone inside the shoulder joint. Reach the fingers away. So we don't want to be locking the elbows, but we do want a feeling that the arms are trying to lengthen out of the shoulder, because the more you ask the arms to lengthen out of the shoulder, the more space they will find inside the shoulder to be able to do the rotation. So think of the elbows reaching away from the shoulders rather than you kind of straining through the elbows to get the hands reaching away, if that makes sense. Thumbs down behind you, palms to the ceiling. And up and over, one more. Rotate, palms to the ceiling the other way. And back to neutral. And release. Lovely. Okay, give the shoulders a little roll out. Give them a little rub if they feel they need it. Give the arms a little shake out. If you've got a bit of pins and needles in there, it's very normal at this stage. Okay, but unlocking that rotation and creating that space in that shoulder will make such a difference for your posture and such a difference for your contact when you ride. Okay, so this is it's not really a proper move but it's something that I find really useful to just help you tune into isolating and activating the muscles around the shoulder blades. So my members know I'm a bit obsessed with what happens around the shoulders and the shoulder blades and the upper back, because I think they're really neglected, and such a game changer for your position and for your contact. So yeah, so this is one way that we can start to tune into isolating and being able to control those muscles and activate them and get them doing what we want them to do. So what I would like you to do is bring your arms to this kind of position. Again, if you're getting uncomfortable sitting on the floor, you can do this in standing. You could do it sitting on a chair, wherever is fine for you. Point to your pointy fingers. So I call this dad dancing. So what we're going to do, I want you to tune into, notice the feeling of the muscles that lie over your shoulder blades and under your shoulder blades here. Okay, so you've got your shoulders really nicely plugged in, by which I mean shoulder blades together and shoulder blades down the back. So they're kind of like this down the back. And then what I want you to do is I want you to think about sort of twitching almost just one set of muscles around one shoulder blade to bring the shoulder blade in towards the spine. And you'll notice that if you just let the arm be a stick on the end of the shoulder blade, when you do that, the fingers will start to, on that side, will start to point out. So this has to be coming from the shoulder blade. So I'm doing nothing here with anything other than the muscles around my shoulder blade, upper back. Just squeeze that shoulder blade in towards the spine and down, and the fingers will come out. Good. So just tune into that. And it's really normal to feel like you can't mentally access those muscles just now. And then you should find, if you can access them, You can gradually increase the range. Make sure you're not cheating, okay? You've got to be really honest with yourself here that this is all just coming from the shoulder blades because it's a relatively limited amount of movement. And your fingers, let's try the other side. So again, it'll be smaller when you start. Your fingers are kind of the compass point that tells you how those muscles are getting on. So no moving in the arm, there's no effort in this, okay? The arms are just sticks on the end of the shoulder blade. You're just feeling those muscles between the shoulder blade and the spine and below the shoulder blade and across the shoulder blade, contracting and pulling that shoulder blade in towards your spine, in and down, and it's taking the arm with it, which is exactly what it should do. Super, so no cheating. Even if you're getting nothing at this stage, you're just trying to get those muscles to do that thing. You are laying down the neural pathway that you need, okay? And that is much more beneficial to be sitting here like this, thinking it, than it is to be going, okay, and using muscles around here, okay? So trust me, even if you're getting nothing, you're just thinking the right thoughts, you're doing the right thing. A couple more. All coming from the shoulder blade. And release. Lovely. So you probably feel now quite like they've worked quite hard. That's quite intense if you haven't been able to get them to do stuff. If not, don't worry, it will come. All right, let's grab our band or strap to finish up. These feel awesome. So we're just going to begin to get ourselves ready for some work we're going to do in tomorrow's session, which is an absolute game changer for your hips. Okay, so come down to lying. Band is around the foot, and we want the leg straight, and the band is going to support the leg, okay? So the idea here is that you are holding, so this is working quite hard to hold the weight of the leg. And what I would like you to do is just bring that leg out. So I've got my elbow on the floor, I'm holding and gripping quite hard with this band, and I'm just moving that leg to wherever the stretch through the back of the thigh, the inside of the thigh, the inside of the hip feels good. This leg can be bent, it can be straight, whatever is comfortable for you. We're just using this band to allow that leg to flop into the band. So this is quite hard work for your arm, to take the weight of that leg so that the weight of the leg can create that feeling of stretch wherever we need it. You can bring the leg up and get a bit of hamstring. But what I really want us to focus on, just beginning to open up, because it will make tomorrow easier. It means you get even more out of it. Take that leg out to the side, wherever is comfortable for you, to be getting a stretch through the inner thigh and the inside of the hip. Super. So you're really supporting the weight of that leg with the band. So as I say, my arm is really working quite hard here because I don't want any tension in that leg. That's the idea. This leg needs to be able to be completely relaxed and supported by that band. Obviously there's a bit of work in the leg if we're doing more up here, but when the leg is flopping out to the side or flopping over here, all of the weight of it is in the band. Super. Lovely. You can stay there for longer if you would like to, or come back and do some more. But I'm going to swap to the other side. Other foot goes in, straighten the leg, and off we go. I need to give myself a bit more space. Super. And just allow that band to take the weight of the leg. Find somewhere that feels good. Let it hang out there. Breathe. Think soft thoughts into those muscles, okay? Because when they feel that you're taking them to the edge of their stretch, they'll try to hold on, and you need to tell them that it's okay to let go. And we do that by holding them there at the right degree of intensity, so we're asking, but we're not stressing them. And then physically telling them, asking them to soften, thinking of them softening, visualizing them softening, noticing them softening. And that's how they know to let go, because it's your nervous system first and foremost. So we put them in the position where they know what we're asking, and then we tell them it's okay. Funnily enough, same as when we're training our horses. Sometimes they say, I can't, and then we're patient. We say, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You only need a little bit. Get the idea. Super. Cool, so take that stretch wherever it feels helpful. And again, you can continue this afterwards if you would like to. Otherwise, we're going to come out and release. You, my friend, are done. And I will see you tomorrow. Fantastic. So many useful techniques. Now, it can take a while to get the hang of some of these techniques, as I said, but they're so effective and they work at such a deep level for the body, even if they feel like they're doing nothing at all at the time. So let me know how you got on. Find the day 3 video in the Rider Pilates Club Facebook group and comment underneath it. And tomorrow we are going deep with your hips themselves to get into them in a very specific way to help you get that lovely long drapey riding leg and to clear some really important tight spots which you probably never even realised were there. You will find them tomorrow. All right, I will see you then.